Hey everyone, this is Grimcad, and we are with some more Pathfinder, second edition. We're playing through the Agents of Edgewatch. As I mentioned, I'm Grimcad. I'm going to be the DM, GM, whatever have you for this campaign. And I'm going to real briefly introduce my players and who they are playing. Or rather, they're going to introduce themselves. So we're going to start with Ymir. Say hi.
Hey, Mufasa. I play Jameer, halfling, halfling bard detective type. But
We are
we,
going to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
uh, I was just, yeah, I was finished. I was thinking out loud, more like.
Gotcha. We're gonna move down the line to Dances at Dusk.
Yo, I'm 420. I play Dances at Dusk. I'm a brute-lishy, myconoid kind of styled brute-lishy summoner, and I'm more of a support class, I guess.
Right. We're gonna move right along down to Savia. Say hi. Oh, your token is so much bigger than everyone.
Oh
Wow.
God, why is it so big? Hi, I am Sergio, and I'm playing Savia, a Way of the Vanguard um, gunslinger. So I'm gonna be sort of like a gunslinger that likes to be in the front line and tank for people.
Right. Zeke Feldo, Thundering Jerboa.
Thank you. Gotta make sure that title is always said. It's been paid good money. Gotta make sure it's been used. And I will be playing a Magus, I believe that's the term for it.
Right, and last, certainly least, Efren. Say hi.
Hello. I play a person.
It's enthusiastic.
Mhm.
So last
But
time.
you,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
never mind. Yeah, I was just going to say didn't say didn't follow instructions.
You
It
didn't
said
follow
hello, not
instructions?
hi. Didn't.
What? Oh,
Never
because
mind.
she
It's just
didn't
something
say,
dumb.
like, actually hi? I see.
Yeah.
You said hey. So, last time. The session before last, we had our sort of encounter with the adventurers. They were being drunk, they were being belligerent, and we went in like a good watch members and put an end to the problem. We went back to the watch house. We got sort of a cart job well done. We were told to go back to sleep. This day, we're actually on our patrol as is normal. And we have been patrolling the streets. We've had one encounter already, fairly early in the morning. And it was sort of an interesting one to begin with. We were told that there were some goblins throwing fireballs at each other. So we rushed over and we find two goblins. One by the name of Grunka, the other by the name of Pelmo. Throwing sort of alchemist's fire at each other's vendor tents that they have set up. Apparently they are food tents of some sort. Sort of long story short, we discover that Pelmo has set up shop right next to Grunka and is undercutting his prices. Things have set off each other. We're not entirely who started what. But regardless, Pelmo was definitely also throwing the flaming pots at the tent. There were some barrels, some old school explosive style first person shooter flammable barrels full of goblin cooking oil that had caught on fire. The fire was encroaching ever closer to these barrels. Thanks to some quick thinking, we have ordered the civilians away from the place. We attempted to put things out, only to find that these barrels were in maybe sort of typical goblin fashion, very poorly kept up. They attempted to pick one up, Savia did, and it sprung a leak almost instantly. Pretty much around that point, we decided we had one more check to make, a survival check, I believe, to see if we could move the barrel without anything more happening to it. Fortunately, we failed that, so we had to sort of, again, get the heck out of there pretty fast. We grabbed the two goblins who were fighting each other in the middle of the street, basically brawling, yanked them to safety, and then the barrels exploded. It has not done a ton of damage to the surrounding areas, in case people are sort of interested, so that is less of a concern. There's already a fire brigade on the way. We do know that. We can hear their bells sort of in the distance as they're rushing through to these side of this explosion. And we have more or less, I believe, handled the situation with the two goblins as well. They had some money on them. Pelmo attempting to bribe us to not take us in or anything, or her in, has, I believe, bribed us with 30 coins, the majority of which we have actually given to Grunka in order to sort of cut his loss. And Grunka has sort of done the same, I believe, given you some of the money as a reward as well for either justice done or saving his life. However you want to cut down to it at the end of the day. But regardless, what we do have is some damaged property, but two very living goblins, and, you know, none of the rest of the bystanders were hurt as well. So all in all, you should probably consider that one a mission accomplished, and well done as well.
I did well keeping a perimeter.
Yes,
Indeed.
you know, we were sort of missing two people that last time, but we went ahead and pushed on with it anyway. So both Efren and Dances at Dusk were missing that one. Maybe, I'm not sure, they were a little slow catching up, or who knows, really. But either ways, they are here at the location now. Do you wish to be filled in character with what happened, or do we want to just sort of take it from an out of character perspective and just roll?
Yeah, we can just say that, you know, we get caught up as we're walking around on our patrol or whatever.
That's
We
fair.
don't actually need to RP it out because, you know, we've just heard it once. We don't need to hear it again.
Exactly. Right. So again, I believe things are handled. We're sending the goblins on their way, correct? However, I guess that's the one sticking point.
No, I believe we did.
Yeah, you're absolutely
Was it
right,
yeah?
because
Pelmo.
yeah,
we sent Pelmo to jail.
when I
Yeah.
change my map, I see that Pelmo is, you know, in the precinct house in jail. So we have sent Pelmo to jail.
We arrested him for trying to bribe an officer.
Yes, her, but either way.
Yeah. Well, we let the other one go so they could go buy materials to fix their shop.
Mm-hmm. At least attempt. So, I do have the more official sort of Precipice Quarter map up. It's, you know, certainly works as a grid. And now, this was an issue that sort of happened, though I brought us to this, in the city at large. You know, we were sort of going through the crowds. I can't exactly remember where. We were looking at the Graveraker, which is, again, this sort of enormously large excavation machine. The kind of which, happened to happen real. And then we were grabbed by someone, a concerned citizen of some sort. So yes, now that that's done, we are sort of on our own, back to patrol, and we could patrol through the city, or we could sort of patrol through the fairground proper, and that's a thing that's up to you.
Technically, we're hired to patrol the fair.
Where are you right now? You're sort of in the, we're still definitely in the precipice quarter, but we're more towards the center. It's this sort of southern edge of it that is the fairgrounds, but we got called in early on. The entire, I said that's the fairgrounds. The entire city or district is set up specifically for the Radiant Fair, so it's the entire quarter. Sure, there are people living in the quarter, but it's most definitely set up to be a very consumer, very touristy, trappy type area, and this is where we live and where most of the things take place, or at least the immediate future.
I reckon let's go check out the fair.
Yeah, fairgrounds seem like the best place, probably.
Yeah.
So we mosey on through the fair, and again, if there's one thing that I probably can't stress enough, it's how busy this place is. While this is technically the very first day of the fair, this is almost a precursor to the main events. In a couple of days, we're not quite sure when, the fair will be kicking off with a grand sort of parade, but this is just the preliminaries. This is the first day extravaganza, but there's still a ton of people. There's so much commerce going on. There's so many different people from so many different cultures. There's different kinds of people, not just the normal sort of races that you would normally see, but maybe some of the other races that you often don't see. There's some ogres around doing their best to maybe look unassuming or unintimidating, but everyone here sort of shares that almost wide-eyed and open-jawed sort of gawking as they're looking at everything, because there's a ton of things to see. Again, people from all over the world have come to put up their own things, show off their nation, and it should be said to try to make some money as well, because there's most certainly a lot of individual peoples here selling their own foods, their souvenirs, trinkets, and what have you. The last thing. No, let me sort of segue that over just a little bit different. Because it's really not the last. One thing that I didn't tell you in the recap was we met another person, sort of, from the precinct. It was a dog, of course. I'm referring to Sir Reginald Hicksford Ploddingshire.
Yeah,
Who's
the best dog.
The best dog. Who, despite his rather sort of knife in his mouth right there, is used by the watch to deliver messages. And you see him coming up and barking. Sure enough, he happens to have a message sort of in a secure pouch on his chest. you have sort of a matching key, and you can open it and receive the message. The message says that there's some sort of break-in happening. Regardless, there's a wizard's workshop, and there's a break-in happening right now. You're the ones that's being dispatched to it, and this is something that's coming from like HQ. This isn't just street crime or something. It's something that's definitely you're on the case now. It is in the city proper. Which is sort of hilarious as we've just sort of made our way back to the fairgrounds. But we can get there within about 5 or 10 minutes if we go at a, run. 5 minutes if we're going at a brisk pace, probably 10 or so.
Well, I think we better rush.
I feel like we should run. There's already been a delay in the
At
message
least
getting to
one
us.
detective. We can
Sure.
just follow up on clues.
I never said I was a good detective.
You're not meant to admit that.
Right, we can drag our tokens on, sort of towards the south right here.
Oh no. Oh no.
For a second, I
No.
forgot who was Floof, but now I remember.
So there's
Loof is the largest party member.
pitched shouts, and the sound of breaking glass emerging from a narrow sort of glass building covered in mystic runes. A woman in a floppy, wide-brimmed hat stands outside the door, her arm crossed and tapping her foot impatiently. She looks up to the sky in a sort of exasperation and just snaps at you. Finally! It took you long enough.
It could have taken longer. What seems to be the problem?
There's this brat that's gone into my shop and is destroying it. He shouted something incoherent to me. Locked myself out and has gone in. And as you look in, you can certainly hear, but you can also see, going back and forth, this rather young looking boy. And most of the things, it looks like he's going through table to table, shelf to shelf, and appears to be just sort of causing havoc. He's pulling things off, he's flipping through it, and he's, shouting to himself, it appears. The sort of thing you get is, where is it? Where is it? It's fairly obvious that he's definitely looking for it. But he's still, going all throughout the place.
Do you have any idea what he could be looking for?
I don't know. Something magical? Does that matter?
Are we allowed to taste
Might.
children?
Are you asking me?
More of my colleagues.
Okay.
I think we can apprehend them, but probably not hurt them.
I mean, I'm only going to daze him. I'm not going to shock him or anything.
I mean, yeah, suppose we could.
And then I would turn to Marin, and I'd say, are there any anti-magic wards or anything inside we should worry about, or any tricks or traps?
No, nothing
Although
like that. This is my place of business, not necessarily my home. Something like that would be what I think you're implying would be not good for business.
Well, is there another exit out?
No?
Is this normal glass? Is it very breakable?
She definitely frowns at that. You can break it. It's certainly tempered, not the most easiest thing. That said, I would much rather you not do that, obviously.
I'm not
And
thinking
you
about
don't
myself.
have the key?
I'm thinking about a child.
So far, he doesn't seem interested. Well, I don't have the key on me. And past that, it happens to be barricaded.
Let's go bonk some heads.
I'm gonna. She said like it's gonna be barricaded, and then the door. It's locked, right? Supposedly.
It is locked. You can see inside the building, and you can see that there is some furniture and stuff piled up under. Not the least of which is definitely a chair wedged under. There's a couple of benches wedged the doors. So I mean, it definitely is somewhat barricaded.
So,
Well, if someone here can unlock it, then I can try and force it open.
well, I have a question for Grim.
Mhm.
With manifest Eidolon and everything, am I able to manifest it on the other side of, say, a wall?
No.
Damn it! I was gonna say I'll just stand against a wall, summon my Eidolon on the inside.
What about summoning an unseen servant to remove the barricade on the other side of the door?
Well, if you can, please go ahead. I can't.
Actually, question, Grim. Is there any objects that are very white around here?
Inside, outside.
Inside the thing.
I mean, there'd be lots of stuff. It's a shop. It's a magical shop, so small things around. Like, how small are we talking?
Less than one bulk.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to use it yet. I'm just wondering if... God damn it. Not using it, just saying, could I use this to possibly find something to hit? Or try to unlock the door with? Or no?
To unlock the door with? I don't believe so. That's like...
Fair enough.
It.
Noted.
Is the door
To the point where
actually
it's
locked, or is it just barricaded?
It is both. It is locked and it is...
Does anyone have a...
I keep a window on the second floor unlocked.
Huh.
Point over.
You would think when someone asked if there's any other way in or out that you would have mentioned it then.
I don't typically think of a window as a way in or out.
Perfect!
How high up is the window?
Well, that's where...
Second story, so, it's a good 15 feet or so. Nearly? That works?
Jump off the top.
There's a tiny little, jump from the top of the ladder as well.
It'll have to
I mean,
be-
if someone climbs to the top of the ladder, then I can lift them together with the ladder.
I mean,
It'll
you said
have to
15
be-
feet, right?
Right.
So if you're at the very top of the ladder, couldn't you just
There's
stand
a tiny
and be right
little
around
jump
there?
at the top.
Fair.
I mean, if it's either you or me, or then it'd be
It'd have to
Or-
be one of the tall ones.
even Denzel Dusk would be hard to get up.
I
Still,
wouldn't
but
be able to. I'm a small creature, small
Definitely
character
a
too.
larger jump.
yeah, but Jamir and
It'd be a
Seek
jump.
wouldn't be able to
It'd
either.
actually be a jump for the three of us small ones. You guys would basically, be pulling yourselves up, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Unless
can't you
you're
just
really
float through
short,
on
like
your
4
Eidolon?
foot. No, Bloof doesn't fly yet.
I mean, yeah,
And
I can
climb
actually.
ladders?
If we put it in the ladder, I'll climb up. Are we doing that?
I'm fine with it.
No, I see Floof as like almost a horse or something like that. Like try get a horse up a ladder at this stage. It doesn't have the dexterity or anything to do that much. Once I can get it a couple of perks and turn its fur into tentacles.
Okay. But yeah, I can climb up and then offer a
Lift me
hand to
up
boost
and
all of
carry
you
me
up.
through the window. It's got a fly speed of 30 feet, but it doesn't say how much it can really carry.
What, Floof?
Nah, Unseen Servant.
Ah, yeah.
I don't think Unseen Servant can carry like big thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it being able to undo a barricade. That's like bring me some tea or something like that. Hand me my quill. I mean,
I mean, does it
I
have any
don't
stats? Like,
I don't see
It's
a
got
child.
stats.
I don't see a child being much of a threat to any of us, so I'm sure we
Mine
don't
is
all
for
need to clamber
strength.
in. So
well, I'm certainly not the best at tucking.
Who's the best negotiator?
It's a child, guys. It's the size of me. You guys can just pick it up. You know that, right?
You
Would
aren't?
it be better to
Look,
avoid any conflict, though?
It's in the Taulian.
So
It's a
around
mis-
this time, and it's not exactly a child, teenager, has sort of continued
okay.
his thing. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking.
yeah, we should just go up and
Yeah, you
get the
said you
sword.
said quite young child, so I was picturing like actual child, like
Well, to old man Grimm. But either ways, the kid, excuse me, teenager, would come down to the second floor and would start shouting, through the wall, basically to Marin, "Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. Where do you have him?"
Him.
Marin responds, "I have no idea who you are or whom you are talking about." Kid responds, "I know he's around here somewhere. I just have to find the secret passage, and then everything will be fine." And he sort of continues pulling things from shelves.
So,
I roll. Is there anything like insight here?
Have we set the ladder up for the window?
No, we've
I
talked
can set
about
it
the
up.
ladder.
Let's set it up.
And then
But just a question is like in Pathfinder is like anything like insight in 5e or something that you could roll? Or is it perception or
I'm
something?
almost 100% sure there is. I don't exactly know what.
pretty sure 21 would let me get in the window.
Yeah, 21's gonna let you in. You've set up the ladder. You've sort of brought up. I believe it's
And then I will also take a couple of seconds to unmanifest and then remanifest Blue.
I think it's a sort of catch-all for diplomacy or deception. between the two.
So acrobatics to get through
I
the
kind of
window.
wanted to see what
Makes no sense.
they mean, but yeah, I guess.
Let's go bonk some heads.
The
Yeah,
two of
I'm
you are
not good
most
at it, so I'm
certainly
not gonna
in.
try and. I'm just gonna go in. I think I can get in easily, right? I'm pretty big, pretty tall.
You just gotta do. It would actually be in athletics, but I'll.
Well, that way.
Ah,
I fail either way.
So unfortunately, it's not a difficult thing. Savia, you definitely make it. But Zekefeldo, the Thundering Jerboa, you make this little jump and you really only succeed in kicking the ladder out from underneath you as you sort of crash to the ground. You're like a cat on a slippery surface.
Grab? Can I look back and just grab a Zeke or something? Or like over a
Shoulders
hand?
He's
is
pretty
thunder
much
and crash.
gone.
Should I take some damage for that?
Yeah, you take a 1d6 of fall.
I'm just gonna cast that at him.
So, first of all, if you're sneaking through, you gotta make a roll to sneak. Otherwise,
Oh,
he definitely
wasn't.
knows you're coming.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't sneaking. I'm doing my job here. This is someone committing a crime, breaking and entering, etc., vandalism, everything else. Like,
So,
no,
before...
now that I know it's not a child, he's gonna be befuddled.
So, when he sees you, excuse me, he goes, "Oh, the guard! Thank God! You have to help me! She's kidnapped my master!"
And we will deal to that after he is cut.
Yellow?
Hello?
Hello?
Do you go ahead and daze?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, let's see.
He had it. He had his chance for diplomacy.
Did he?
Yeah, by not barricading the
I
shop.
don't believe he did. Will save. He makes his will
off.
save.
Can you not roll super high, please?
And, you've taken what is definitely a hostile action, so we roll for initiative.
That is okay.
Not what I want.
Using perception.
Initiative using perception.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't select. Whatever. Change to 14.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the first roll. I keep forgetting to click my character.
Okay, you can go ahead and edit it.
Something happened.
We go first roll. So 9.
But I have my things selected and it didn't go through.
Everybody's out here twice again for some reason. Are
Only
you guys?
what?
Yeah, I think it might be just lagging a little.
Yeah, because my turn order, I only have Jameer, Savia, Eunice, and Zeke.
Yep.
I have
it's only
Ymir as
one
a
of
13, Savvy as a 14 of 14. I have Ymir as a 7.
So I don't.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Alright.
So I think
It might have
7
been
might have been
like-
mine from the last.
Yeah, go ahead and roll again. And we'll keep this.
There we
one.
go.
This. Okay.
And the mushroom wants to fight kids. The mushroom can fight kids.
All right. Dances at dusk. You're up.
So I'm gonna try daze him again. Oh, you're cheating!
Oh, wow.
All right, you got another action.
He has +10 to his save.
He does.
Okay.
He's a
I mean,
wizard.
teenagers.
he's an apprentice wizard.
Well, in that case, I will. Sorry, I'm just trying to reread my spells again. Also, cast
So
this
at
one.
this point, it should be noted, and really after the second one, he's sort of shouting, "It's a conspiracy! You're in with the witch!"
I mean, I can't really reply. I'm casting 2 spells in a row, so. But yes, and then that's my turn. So we just have +1 AC, or Floof does.
Oh, okay.
Right. Savia, over to you.
Okay. How far am I? Oh, I can just get to.
Somebody's
It'll be
willing to
Fraser.
bet it's.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna go walk up to him and Centaur and just go ahead and try and grab him and get him under control.
Okay.
So that would be athletics versus athletics or acrobatics, right? Or is it some other save that he does? I don't know. It's athletics, right?
So it's athletics, yeah, against 4.
Okay.
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 You got a hold on him.
And now I'm just gonna go ahead and try and calm him down and just say, "Okay, let's not get agitated here. Calm down and talk calmly."
All right, go ahead and roll me a diplomacy.
This is gonna go bad, but whatever.
A 14 doesn't quite do it. Like, he almost looks like he's mollified for a second, you know. He starts to take a deep breath, and then he goes, "Whoa, wait a minute, no, there's no reason why you'd be casting on me unless you were a part of this."
Interesting.
Okay, and that's 3 actions, right? Already.
Yeah, let's see. The movement, the grab, the diplomacy, that's 3.
Yeah.
So, Ziekfeldo.
I put up the ladder for my first action. I climbed the ladder.
Yes.
And I assume acrobatics.
It's actually athletic.
Athletics, yeah, sorry.
You
I don't know why I think jumping.
Like, you don't
Not
know
20.
what the difference. Climbing is one of the.
You don't even use the ladder this time.
Right. Maybe you feel sheepish
okay.
that you did something and it didn't quite work out, but.
And now no one even gets to see your awesome cartwheel through the window.
Just do an epic jump from the floor to the window.
Okay, and movement is an action. I believe I have 25 movement. I gotta double check that because we talked about that last time.
Chances
and
are 25 is the base.
There it is. Yep. That seems like an awkward place though on the sheet. And that's my turn.
Eunice's. Let's see. Check. Okay, so he's grappled, but he can still, take actions. He just can't. get away from you. So he's
Yeah.
going to, magic missile you. Reactions. Savvy.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, we going lethal, are we? All right then, child.
That's 9 damage then, right?
I mean, you did shoot first.
No, it's 12.
I only
Oh,
dazed
12.
him.
Oh, I'm down, I think, because I was at 11.
Daze does no damage.
Oh no,
You,
excuse
you
me.
only,
You're
you
right.
only
You're right.
cast it
I
on
looked
him
at
the
the
second
critical
you saw.
damage and it can't crit.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it is 9. Yes. And again, he says, "You're in leagues with the witch. You'll never take me."
I'm just get it buried for now.
And
Yeah,
Ymir.
I'll flip you a heal.
Um, yeah. I will. I'll forfeit. Um, I can't get all the way around there. Oh, well, I can, but that's all of my action.
Dances
Just
at
fucking
dusk.
top of the plan.
I will step forward for one action. I will cast a one action heal on Savia. So it's just
5.
1d8 still. So not as much as I was hoping for.
Oh, just 3, right?
Yeah. And then I really want to do it.
Oh, what the fuck?
But I can't really. So actually, can I just change that to the 2 action heal? And it just increases the hit points by 3. By 8, I mean, sorry.
8,
So,
yeah. It's another 8. I mean, if Grim allows it.
We'll do it this
Anything.
time, but normally once you roll, that's the action you do.
I mean, it doesn't change anything. Like, I don't need to re-roll or anything. It's a straight flat increase of 8 and just makes it so I don't have to touch him, but I'm just still standing next to him. If you want to keep it that I don't and I have another action, that's fine. I will just.
We'll let you do the 2 actions. Still have 1.
No, I mean,
But normally you
he
don't
moved
get
and
to,
did 2 actions,
roll
right?
and see how much it is, then decide you want to use another action.
No, the thing that changed my decision was not having a one action attack thing. Like, all my cantrips are 2 actions for anything that actually affects an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. I will just bonk the child on the head.
So wait, did you use the 2 actions
Wait.
in the end?
That didn't.
You have a.
Yeah, it doesn't.
9.
No, that's the damage. It didn't roll the to hit. Do I need to do that? Ah, I need to do that.
No.
That's fine.
Either way, yes?
Yeah, the 9 is the to hit. Damage is the. Yeah.
Okay. You hit him for 3.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. No, it was right. So it doesn't have damage, that other one. Which I don't
Yeah.
know why.
It just didn't roll damage in the other one. But yeah, the 9 is the to hit. 6 plus 3, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, just to make sure again, like, did I get healed for the extra 8 or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't rolling damage. Ignore that, obviously. Second attack. Or third, I should say.
Why is it sometimes not rolling damage?
Savia, your turn.
It's my turn again. And just being pummeled by that magic missile, I'm just gonna go ahead and just push him face down against the floor and just yell, "Look, I don't want to get into violence here, but you're kind of forcing me. So just
You all started
calm
it
down
first.
and
I know what's
tell
going
us everything. I don't
on.
know anything about a conspiracy or anything. So just calm down." And I'm just gonna try and intimidate him.
You're a part of it. They're trying to silence me. So you can make a trip if you want.
Sure. That's what's the trip?
Let's say, honestly. Let's see. Athletics against reflex. And since you still got him till the end of your turn, I'll give you a +1.
That's one action. Athletics.
Athletics. I mean, the kid struggles. He does not want to go down. He is pretty sure that something bad is going to happen to him if you get him on the floor.
I mean, I wonder why he would think that.
Okay, fine. I won't get you down, but I can just calm down if you don't want anything bad to happen right now.
You could do
Nothing
that
less
as
phrasing.
a bad diplomacy check or a decent intimidation check.
I'm gonna go for intimidation.
All
It's
right.
clear that I'm going.
You know what? I'll give you a +1 on your intimidation.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my hero.
Like, he just
My
blasted
hero
you with
point.
your magic missile. You're looking a little worse for the wear.
I'm gonna have to use my hero point here.
Okay.
So. Well, it's too bad. Like, I cannot.
Oh.
Really?
Roll one more, just to make sure it's not, like, automatically rolling ones.
I don't
and messed
think
up
it's
or
rolling
something.
once. No, you
Okay.
see?
You just rolled 2 ones back to back.
It's fine.
I do believe you still have an action, however.
Yeah, I'm just pissed. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Punching him non-lethally, or are you punching him?
Yeah, of course, non-lethally.
Okay, so you take a -2 to hit.
Okay.
We'll factor it.
And it. This thing. Right. Oh, I missed.
Firstly, then. Zeke Feldo with a thundering Jerboa.
Move. Can I do it on move? I'm not sure on that.
Yeah. I mean, you could do 3 moves if.
Yes.
But unless you have like something special, like as an action, like running and stuff, then it's just 3 moves.
Yeah. Also, diagonal movement. Yay, nay.
Oh.
Just be sure. Okay. My turn.
Yeah.
Eunice will attempt to punch you, Savia. And it also should be noted that your grip on him is not maintained. It was just for the one.
Okay.
So he
Misses.
and he
Misses.
and he
And misses again. Yeah.
Ymir.
I'd like to think that I'm just grabbing his head and he's just.
You are. You got your arm out against his head, and he's just sort of swinging like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably around about time to draw my weapon. That's it. I think it's a miss.
It's a miss.
It would be
That's a
another miss.
Yours is.
Oh, we're rolling great.
I don't know.
But I like the point. I don't like the crit showing.
You can just roll the critical damage.
Oh
But
God.
that seems to be wrong.
That seems to be
What?
Surely that's going to be wrong, right?
You go to bonk someone's head and it just explodes.
That's even non-lethally, that kills.
Wait, what happened there?
I don't know how
Just
I've
over
done
it. It
that.
has so many modifiers. It rolls 6 dice.
No,
What?
And
no,
then
it's just
doubles them.
66, and then just add 0. Oh no, it does double. Why does it double? What?
Right, so either way, I do believe you have one more attack in you. Or one more
I drew
action.
my weapon.
Oh, okay.
3
fair
action.
enough.
Oh.
Dances at dusk. You're up. Dave. Let's see if we get this time.
I didn't think so. I'm just, trying to be somewhat non-lethal.
The
Everyone else
kid
is
is
like,
willful.
yeah, I'm just gonna bonk again. Or not.
Bonk.
This is a kid. This is just
Savvy.
judges everything with like perfect precision.
It's our first day on the job, okay? I've only been
Second
alive
day.
a week. Oh yeah, second day. I've only been alive a week and a day.
All right, Savia, you're up.
I'm
What do you
just
do?
tired of tucking, so I'm just gonna punch him. Keep punching him, I guess. Or not. Oh, I mean, yeah, I do punch him, but
So we do punch him. That is lethal damage.
-2, it is 13, right? That still hits?
Then that does not hit.
Oh, 13 does. And punch him again. 12. Hit, I assume I hit there. Then, no. How can I ever do something here?
Zeke Feldo, the Thundering Jerboa, you're up.
Okay.
You're having a hard time bringing down this. He's like, should be noted, doing what he can to not go down. He's just swinging wildly. He doesn't really know how to fight, but he's just trying his best. He's swinging. He's just a whirling mess of limbs at this point.
Yeah, have you ever actually tried holding on to someone who doesn't want to be held on to?
It's not easy.
Fucking difficult, man.
I don't think I can go this way because I think I would be standing in some potted
though
plant.
that's like display cases there.
Unless I could possibly do an acrobatics check to get up? Or athletics, either or.
I mean, if you want to stand on the display cases?
It's glass.
Sure, yeah, probably not a great idea.
I'll
Small.
let
You
you
can
if you
stand,
want.
you can stand underneath me.
No, probably too heavy for that. If I was extra small, maybe. I think I will move. One sec. Gotta calculate. Assume I'll be jumping over this, so that would probably be an acrobatics or athletics.
You're jumping over what?
This hedge thing. Like if I go over here, there's like
You can
a
move through
pot.
it and it'd be like difficult terrain. It would just cost you like as much.
Okay, so I would be.
You're not gonna, fail in an amusing way.
Okay, then move a second time. We can move through our allies, right?
We can move through them as long as we're not stopping them.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay, so that's 2 actions. Ha. And he's just been... You know what? I'll do a grapple on him. Just so he's flat-footed. Just I believe that's athletics, right?
Yep.
Well, I don't think I'm going to stop him.
He does need to do fortitude, but
The mighty Zeke fouled out the thundering Jerboa, being by a teenager.
one.
Yep.
Even more insulting.
I mean, I haven't been able to hit the freaking teenager at all. None of us have. This teenager, he's just relentless.
I think I hit him once.
Yeah, he has been hit. He's taken 3 damage from someone.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
When my things were being weird. I'm about to poison this motherfucker though.
Eunice! You know, I mean, he's just gonna keep on hitting the one.
Yeah, killing kids.
No, what? No, he wouldn't. He would hit the one who hit him. So we're gonna do 1.
The hit?
I'm not sure if that's is it a 1d6 for damage on it or 1d4?
Wait, he has a
1d4.
D plus 8? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
D4.
Okay, so
Oh,
24, yeah.
That's right.
Unless he's like
That's
monk
just
or
the
something.
damage.
Yeah.
He'll do twice and thrice.
He rolled 4 times. What?
Yeah,
No.
I'll-
No, one was with the.
No, the other one was the
the other
damage,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fix that.
It's just the damage from the one.
Yep.
Yamir, it is your turn.
I will whack him with a stick. I will not whack him with a stick.
How can we not?
I
Why
will.
was there a -8?
I will be merciful.
See, that was your. Oh no.
That's the third
I
attack?
saw the last one. Yeah.
ah. Ah, so it's smart enough to notice that. It's fascinating.
Oh, wait. The minuses from extra text.
Okay.
Finally.
Let's see. It deals damage. Which is the 4.
Yes.
Additionally. No, that's it. Because he did not critical. Stuff.
Yeah. It's what I was banking on. You know what? Just because he's been a pain in the ass, I'm gonna pox him.
Oh, God.
Is that a thing? How do you do the automatic minus?
Okay, what does Sicken do?
Fortitude.
Essentially,
and
this
what's-
doesn't actually do anything. It just gives him a rash.
What's the DC for it?
It'll be the 17.
Okay. You give him a. He now has goblin. You have diseased kid.
Yes, chemical warfare. We are great police.
Samuel, it is your turn.
And he's just poisoned
Now,
now?
if you stop fighting, I can heal that.
Sicken.
Oh, so it does actually do something?
Sicken always includes a value. You take a status penalty equal to this value on all your checks and DCs.
Yeah,
Oh,
it just
nice.
gets, like, it's one.
Nice.
He can spend a single action retching and attempt to recover, which lets you immediately attempt a fortitude
Yes,
save
nice.
against the DC.
Giving kids the plague.
On success, it's reduced by 1, but since it's just second 1, he'd probably be done with it.
Savia, it is you.
Okay, so
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Sorry, no. That doesn't happen. I forgot I only have one spell slot. And I used heal earlier.
Big oof.
But you can't create diseases on children.
Not today. So I'll just punch him instead.
Punch him.
I mean, we're not in war, so it's fine.
Crit him.
Yeah. And I do the most minimal damage on both my damage rolls. Stupid
That's what
ass.
you get for trying to plague children.
Wait, my turn. It was.
That's Savia's
I
turn.
didn't do my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. That was.
Yeah, no, that was my bad.
Okay, so if he had been, if I had been disease, I would have changed what I'm doing
He
since
does.
he didn't contract a disease. So he's gonna. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Ah,
Okay. I would try an intimidation check, but we haven't really done anything really intimidating.
We have him completely surrounded, and we've just been beating on him and casting.
Yeah, but
spells.
we have been missing every single shot besides the small little mushroom
yeah,
guy.
I'd like to think, yeah, what 420 said, like, true. We have been baiting him, so it might be like we're just playing with him. It's all on purpose.
Let's start off with a grapple.
Okay.
My god.
Everyone step back,
Okay.
act confident, and just be like, "So you want round 2?"
Okay. You know what?
I think Grimm's dice are loaded. I think they're weighted.
I think we should have probably helped him
You know what? I'm just using the meteor hammer.
at this point.
You know what? I do
Yeah.
believe he would be flat-footed, though. He does get, -2. May not have done.
Actually, do
and
those
then
stack? I don't believe though. Do they?
Like, at least you
Still wouldn't have hit him. Don't think.
At least Yumir's, trying to use the guardsman weapon. Here comes Zeke with the meteor hammer.
I mean, that hits. Was that a non-lethal attack or a lethal attack?
I can't decide. I mean, I believe this doesn't have non-lethal trade, so it would technically be lethal. I swear to God, if I just kill him.
You can take a
I could
-2 to non-lethally attack with any weapon.
I feel like if I should have said that before, so I'm committed to lethal here.
I can stabilize anyway, so it's fine.
I don't. By the way you're saying it,
kid.
we might have possibly killed a kid.
So, at this point, Marin starts banging on the wall of her, place, and she's like, "Don't kill the kid!
He will be
He
alive
doesn't
when
need
we're done.
to be dead!" Alright, Zeke, it's still your turn.
Okay, so you took the damage. I like to trip him with the meteor hammer.
Okay, so now, technically, this is your third attack action of the round, so you are at -8.
Wait, is this an attack? I thought the whole point of skills is they don't technically count as attacks.
They have the attack tag on them, I believe. So, if you...
Fair enough.
It keeps you from, attempting to trip her 3 times in a row.
Fair
There's
point.
penalties to it. Even with that, you still hit with the...
Well, I'll try to intimidate him after I did a solid hit then?
Okay.
Stop resisting!
Go to sleep,
Please.
go to sleep, go to sleep.
If this
And, you know,
American
at this
comes in
point,
with
he
the
does,
lethal
and, you know,
tactic, stop resisting.
You've caught him upside, you know, the head with the meteor hammer. So, you know, his face is not happy right now. He's, you know, bleeding. His eye is all, like, smashed and whatnot.
Do we still have a set of handcuffs among us?
I still have my handcuffs because I assume we took them off.
Handcuff him, and then I'm going to feed him a spore ball so he can take a heal from that.
He will not willingly eat something that you are giving him.
This will help with the pain, and just kind of force it in.
I mean, we sort of beat him to a pulp and then didn't hear him out. I don't think he's going to listen to us.
We didn't. You did.
I'm sorry you guys couldn't hit him.
So you get
Children.
1d8.
I could hit him, I just didn't want to.
The
wound's closed. The wound's closed, but he still hurts.
Yeah, like some of the wounds close.
I imagine he only gets healed at one point because he's only getting like bits and bobs because you're trying to force feed
Doing
him.
his best to spit it out.
like this is literal torture what we are doing now.
But either way,
Yeah.
you have subdued the boy.
A senior teenager.
And I will start.
Didn't we search him for the key or something like that?
I was
Nice.
going to search not just for the key, but I'm intrigued. I want to search to see if there's a hidden passage.
Will
So the
unbarricade
only things
door
that he
is-
has on him, he does have the key to the building on him. He's got a dagger and he's got a spell book.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to search around the shop before we open for the hidden passage or whatever he was talking about. See if I can find anything.
I mean, I'm actively
How are you
unbarricading the
going
door to.
about doing that? Would you be,
I'm in.
say, throwing everything off tables and whatnot?
I wouldn't be throwing everything. I can say like if I can just see it. I'm not gonna throw it in. We're just going around, like giving it a light. He already threw a lot of stuff around.
Yeah.
See if he just missed a big clue or something.
If he wants to make his
And
own
cast
claim,
that and see if there's any sources of magic coming from odd places.
It is
coming
literally
from-
a magic shop.
Yeah. coming from the magic shop,
Yeah,
I
but it's
think you will detect magic.
yeah, but it says that you look at the
Just trying to.
Think
this
about if
present
you're in.
object.
Think about if you're in a room of alarm clocks, all going off
You
at
can choose
once.
to ignore magic you're fully aware of, just such as the magic items and ongoing spells of you and your allies. So I already know this place
I mean,
is
this is
full
not
of
stuff
magic
that you would be
items.
aware of.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't extend to every item in a magic shop. Like, even if you took into account the ones you can actively see in the shelves, like, she would have ones out of sight and everything like that as well.
Yeah, but I'd just go check all the places where there was odd things. Like if there was, like, in a corner where there was
So
no
you do
boxes or
realize,
anything.
by the way, that this woman can see everything you're doing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just making sure there's nothing suspicious either, or that at least I don't see.
who has the key for
if
the
she's a
door?
kidnapper, we
The
need to
kid did have
arrest her too.
Thing on the key on.
I was meaning, did one of these two, or could Zeke hand it to me and bring it to the door? Are we letting
Sure.
her in, or are we Basically, are we letting her in, or are we right in front of her going to continue what the child was doing?
I'm not gonna continue it. I just said I was gonna give it a quick glance, and if I don't find anything, I just go back down.
I take the
You certainly
key
don't see anything.
Yeah.
and hand it to Dance at Dusk.
In character and everything, Dusk is just, like, he's here on a job. Our job is to help her with the person who is in her shop. Like, it's not to investigate some conspiracy theory that there might be hidden passages in the magic shop.
I didn't give it much thought. I just said, okay.
Yeah.
Just in
But
case
as
it's something
police
suspicious, to make
officers-
completely sure, then they're gonna
But-
give it much thought.
As soon as, I could open the door, I would be.
Yep, I hand Dances at Dusk the key.
As police officers, it is our duty to investigate both sides of the story.
So
Which is
she
to
rushes
take
in as soon as you get things cleared. She goes, "Oh, sweet lord! Are you all right?" to the kid. Who, I mean, at this point, it should be noted, is most certainly not all right. He's basically holding on by like an inch of his life.
We'll somehow manage to make her feel bad for the child robbing her store.
She rushes up, and if no one stops him, she pulls out something, a potion of some sort, and attempts to give it to the kid.
Would he actually drink it?
I mean,
Because he's pretty suspicious of her.
We can't just hold the dust that is his jaw open and force him to drink it.
I mean,
He doesn't have, much resembling of a functioning face currently, I'd imagine.
so we're not quite there yet. We're at, is anybody stopping her?
As long as she's not
No.
going for his cuffs, no.
No. But either way, no, you are correct. The kid would refuse it. She states to you all, if I wanted the kid beaten to a pulp, I would have done that myself.
He was resisting. He had plenty of opportunity to not.
Did
saw him and
he? You didn't really identify yourself. You didn't command him to do anything. You instantly began casting damaging spells.
I would point at the coloration of, myself and our uniforms and say, it's pretty widely known that this is a uniform of the guard. You see a large group
And
of
if the
the
kid
guard
isn't
coming.
from here, there's a lot of foreigners in the city, you realize, yes?
Yes, but I would also assume a lot would at least assume that you see a bunch of people walking around in the same uniform, that they have some form of authority.
Look, just get him out of here. I'm not interested in pressing charges anymore.
all right.
I would
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the kid.
She says, yeah, I'm sure. I think he's had it bad enough.
Well, he shouldn't be causing you any more issues, that's for sure.
I should hope not.
And then I guess we take him outside, and do we give him his... I do sort of want to make sure he gets healed back up and everything. So, like, what's the time now?
We're gonna say the time is right around...
Would we
We're
be
a little
close to...
loosey-goosey on time, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Would we be close to an apothecary or a temple or something like that, somewhere we could get him
You can
healed?
find something like that, basically, like...
There ain't
modern
no way
equivalent
you're
to a
gonna
first aid
trust us
station.
for anything.
I'll ask
We
him.
may as well just release his manacles and let him go fend for himself.
Well, no, he honestly looks like a gust of wind could kill him at any moment. It's,
And that is because of us. He probably won't eat
no.
anything we give him.
To be fair, that was because of
Yeah.
Zeke. He decided to just come in with that massive hammer that's the size of, well, each of us, and just wallop him on side of the head. At
There
least
was no dialogue. You did come in and start casting spells at him.
I was just trying to daze him so we could get cuffs on him and get to the bottom of the story. I wasn't expecting everyone to start.
And how did that end?
Not
I did
very
try
well.
my best to try and get him under control,
This
but
is why we try and talk to people.
I'm certainly not, casting any blame at you, Savia. Again, you didn't even use any weapons. Jameer, at least
Yeah.
you were using, something that isn't going to kill the poor kid. Zeke just comes in and,
yes.
I mean, to be quite honest, Zeke, that was a bit
yeah,
much.
that was
It would be a bit much. Come on, you guys were surrounding him, beating him. You're only mad that you couldn't do the job properly. I got the
We
job
weren't
done.
even really hitting him. We were trying to intimidate him. He is a
just-
child.
Sounds like an excuse.
The kid bursts into tears.
Look,
Wait,
Um,
it's okay. You're mad you fell out of the window. It's alright. You don't have to take it out on the child.
let's find somewhere to get the poor kid healed up. We can give him his books back and
We'll
let him be on his
discuss later.
way.
Yeah.
If he has an issue, and I'd be speaking more to him at this point, he should take it up with the guards. As he's seen, we can be efficient when we need to be.
He mumbles something under
Yeah, for sure.
perception check.
He will
if you
never
want.
trust a
I'll
single.
do it.
That
Just
is
see
fine.
it.
I assume that's everyone.
I don't
I'll
What's with
trust
me
you.
and my net ones?
You do have a hero point.
No,
I mean, I am carrying him.
already
so-
used the hero point.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So everybody
This-
but Savia. Here's the kid under his breath, in between these racked sobs, because he's taken some trauma, both physical and mental, at this point. He goes, "Fat chance, I'll never trust the cops again. I know you're in on it. You're all in on it."
He thinks there's a conspiracy and we just show up and torture this kid. I don't blame you for not trusting us.
He's gonna watch him become the villain in the future. It's just trying to kill all cops.
Well, regardless, we're not going to leave you to die to, well, probably yourself at this rate. Come with us and we'll get you at least stable again and hopefully in a lot less pain.
So the next
You
question.
can
Are you like forcing this kid along in like cuffs and all that? Or are you
I think we'll take him off.
That's what I was about to say to him. You can either come along willingly and peacefully, and we can do this amicably and as friends, or we can leave you cuffed and see that our job is fulfilled entirely and that you're at least somewhat healthy. At the end of the day, you were still committing a crime.
Yes, but the person who... They don't want to press charges anymore. So,
There's still the
technically
matter
no
of
crime has been committed.
there's still the matter of resisting arrest and attacking an officer.
It
He
wasn't
nearly-
really resisting arrest. It was
He
not
nearly killed
resisting...
Savia.
It was resisting murder.
We had no intention of killing him. He
Are
nearly
you
killed
sure
Savia.
about that?
He
Are you
never
sure?
said
Are you
first,
sure
and
our
he did-
entire team
So
had
Mayor
Mayor,
no
what you
Magic
come
intention of
across at
killing
this
him?
point? And did you inform him he was under arrest?
Not quite. We didn't really get the chance
Did
to
we
know,
even
did
say a
No,
single
you-
word to
What
him
have you just
before we started
Just let
attacking
the
him?
kid go.
He just tried to cast a spell on him.
If he doesn't
just
want
wanna make-
healing, then and
Just want to make sure he gets
try-
healed. We can take him there and then leave him in safe hands at least.
So what's the plan?
I mean, I would
Was-
still like to,
Just make sure he gets healed. At least.
yeah, get held, like, in character and everything.
So
but
like
out of
he
character
is
as well.
not willing to cooperate.
Yeah.
If you're, doing your best to get him healed, you're marching him through the streets, in handcuffs. Basically.
I think would take the cuffs off.
I'm already pretty much carrying him, like I said, though, since he's
Not
pretty much
gonna be a
dying.
part of that. We'll take a different route home if you guys are doing
Like,
that.
even if you're carrying him, he's doing his
You're back
best
at the
to
guards' quarters.
Yeah, I
to
know.
struggle out of your grip and all that.
I at least think, at least out of character, that we should get him away from here in case there is some big conspiracy and Marin just wants it, us out of the way so she can dispose of him. But that's just out of character thinking. In character,
Yeah.
If she wanted him disposed of, she would have let us do it.
I mean, she didn't.
She wouldn't have been like, no, don't kill the kid.
She wasn't stopping us, though, and at the end of the day, she drops the charge.
Because she was
we
locked
just turn around and leave.
outside.
I mean, she
She
did call the
couldn't stop
cops in the
us.
first place. She wouldn't have done that if she wanted that.
Yeah.
She could have killed the kid herself, and then she could have just let us kill the kid. Like, if she wanted the kid dead, the kid would be well dead.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
At
I'm
the
just-
end of the day, he's still almost killed one of our party members, too, who
Which
is
is
a
crazy. As an aside.
Just by the
Whatever.
way,
I'm
remember,
alive.
Self-defense.
Yeah, in self-defense, he just saw me grab
He
him. He
almost
thought I was
killed
gonna
one
do
of
something
her
bad.
party members in
self-defense
self-defense.
against town guard who, out of town. This is out of character speak now, but just because you live in another country and don't know what a police officer's uniform looks like, if you go to another country and you see anything that looks like a uniform like that, people have seen town guards before. Sure, they may not have seen our colors or our exact uniform, but you see a group of 5 people walk up armed to the teeth, wearing the same uniform, one of them even colored the same.
Oh shit, it's a gang.
While you're committing a crime, and I mean, I would assume that Marin's, said, well, I'm going to call the town guard now, so you can lock yourself in there
to
if
play
you wish.
devil's advocate, I think we can move on after I make this point. But, Daze is a mentally, magically damaging attack. It has a chance
I do forget that.
to stun.
I do forget that.
Yeah.
But hey, my character's only been alive for a week and a bit.
Gotcha.
It's
But
like
again,
the psychological warfare spell even.
I think we can move on from pointing the finger and decide what we want to do, though.
I'm for,
Bonk
even if
some
we
more
have to
heads.
force him, I'm for at least taking him to a apothecary or somewhere where he could get healed.
No, we could just leave him. I don't think he's going to try and cast spells at our back as well.
I wasn't really trying
not
to point the
all
finger.
that,
I was
like,
just
if he had
trying
more
to argue
spells, he
for
could
the
have
fact
done it
of
already.
just we let him go.
Okay, so we got 1 for taking him back, taking him somewhere. Getting him healed up. And 1 for just, smacking him on the back of the head and saying, don't be stupid.
I think getting into a first aid station would be a good idea,
Right
even
here.
if he might resist.
I kind of want to just leave him be.
All right,
Dice
we'll
roll.
die, or...
We can just leave him be. I can change my vote. We're different. Just
I
wanted
mean-
to make sure he had all his marbles with that smack.
We either get another fight in the future when he comes back for revenge, or he dies to Marin. So let's just leave him.
Fine.
It should be noted I don't have any interest in killing him.
I was saying this out of character.
He broke into my place shouting gibberish and nonsense.
There could be some secret conspiracy. He could just be a teenager raving and rambling, breaking into a wizard's shop.
So if we want to just, set him on his way, we do.
Yeah.
And he, sort of goes up sobbing.
Job well done.
Well, job done. Job is certainly done.
Job was
That
done.
is done. Yeah, just done.
The job was definitely done.
There was someone who broke into a shop. We stopped them and let them go. They didn't even get charged, let alone the fact that they assaulted one of us and resisted arrest.
Well, we never really said that he's under arrest. She had a point
We
there.
never let him
we
know
did
he was
torture
under
them.
arrest or anything.
We did torture them, but we didn't put them under arrest at all.
I tried calming him down so that we could talk after you just did something to him, but it's fine. I'm not blaming you for your actions like
I
that.
think the media have riled him up quite a bit.
So I'd like to think we sort of
I don't think he
argue
likes
about
police
this,
anymore.
all the way out to
Later,
the street
yeah.
as we continue
Yeah.
on our patrol.
Well, I'll get my ladder first, but yeah.
The kid's gonna have
Conversation, I believe.
A stunning spell that does a bit of mental damage when they're at full health is one thing. Coming in after they've been pelted with a fist, a nightstick, and a couple of spells, and coming in with a crit on a special hammer.
It wasn't a crit.
Oh, wasn't it?
Nope.
I thought that
Oh, if
was
it was
I'm
a
up
crit,
with
it'd be
that.
dead.
yeah.
Very much so.
Just 7 damage.
Actually, I want to see.
Also, sort of,
Ow.
as an aside, reading the spell, it should have done the damage anyway, even if it say? I don't know.
Oh, really? So we would have been like.
I'm not entirely sure. I'll actually have to go to the book and stuff. I'm not
And
sure.
for now, we can just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I'm like not gonna kill the kid retroactively.
At that point, I would have
It really does,
essentially,
though.
with
Actually,
all my
yeah, I think that is right.
with all my casting, then I would have knocked him out with that, and then just been able to stabilize him.
Yeah.
But we won't retcon that now, but we will keep that in mind.
I'm
in the
not
future.
100% sure. I'll have to check it up, but it seems silly to have a
spell that is
cantrip that has a chance of just absolutely doing nothing, and only does something.
I mean,
very
that's
rarely.
how cantrips work too in 5e. So,
Either way, yeah.
No, 5e cantrip.
Not all cantrips,
Uh,
though.
if you save against a cantrip,
Useful
it just does
as.
nothing in 5e as
True.
well.
If you don't hit with your flame bolt or
That's
You-
true.
If
Looking at the
if you
spell?
save against the radiant flames, then they do nothing.
Yep, but you also, in this system, have cantrips actually have count uses and all that.
Yeah, like that's a 2-use spell. So I'm using 2 actions every time I'm casting that, and more often than not, wasting it entirely because
Yeah.
17 is not very high when the teenager has plus 10 or plus 8 to his rolls.
okay.
Yeah.
So throughout the day, it is a little bit past lunch at this point, and we can. You say this is a different. What would we like to do next? We've done these two things on this same day so far. We've stopped the 2 goblins from fighting, and we've handled Eunice and whatever his issues were, and Marion. What's our next thing? Are we going back on patrol? Are we grabbing something to eat? Are we heading back to the precinct house? What's the plan?
Well, first things first. How does healing ourselves work, or rests or something like that?
So again,
Is it
it's sort
hit
of like
dice?
at the end of the day type thing, unless we're buying potions
Knocking
or buying
off
healing
down,
or
yeah.
some sort like that.
Okay.
I only have that one spell slot.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I'm currently very low right now, so.
And I've only got one fruit left.
How much would healing cost at a first aid station?
Yeah,
Okay.
we should probably check out a first aid station for Savia. She took a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ladder
only
hurt.
I can do.
Check the healing stuff differently.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can get your wounds treated, and this would sort of be like non-magical healing and whatnot. You know, you're going to see a actual first aid station. They're using non-magical stuff. You can get it done every every once per hour. And it's going to sort of depend on their role, because I will make it sort of random. You know, you're going to be paying them to do this thing. You're hoping things are going to go right, but you're not entirely sure how much you're going to get.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I can do it. I mean, I can admit it.
So again, this is sort of emergency things. Let me compare this real quick just to the... A health potion is like... Oh, it's like... So yes, it would, you know, it would cost you 2 gold. So
Okay.
half of a healing potion. And a person is going to make a medicine check, as I mentioned. Their DC is...
And then did we divide? We never divided the gold we've gotten, or
We have
what
not
do we do
divided
with?
any of that gold.
Because I don't have any gold with me, so I'd have to take it from there. So 2 less from the...
They can heal us for protection money.
Okay.
Oh god.
Protection from us.
So 2 less, so it just total of...
Well, that is how protection money works.
I made a roll
Yeah.
off camera. Succeed, you get healed 2d8, you get healed for 11.
But we are basically the mafia now.
Yeah.
And torturing kids, we may as well extort businesses.
Okay,
Oh, come
11.
on
Okay,
now.
that's
Even
enough.
non-lethal damage hurts.
I'm at 16, I think. Pretty good.
Yeah, but that's why we have specific weapons with non-lethal tags. So we don't come in with a warhammer made out of a meteor.
Well, again, you know, any weapon can be used non-lethally. You just take a penalty to do it. You know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is damage is damage, realistically, and that still hurts.
I mean, you could have even just not tried to kill the kid.
I mean, I am following the rules by saying I committed to that action.
I tried using the equivalent of a mental taser. Jameer
A mental taser?
Yes.
I'm
Jameer
not sure
tried
about
using
that.
You would
a
have shot someone in the
nightstick.
face
I
with
mean-
a taser.
I'm
A mental taser sounds worse than a taser, to be honest.
I'm only applying it directly to the brain.
I'm only tasing the exact electrical impulse that is your entire existence.
Guys, I'm doing
Fine.
non-lethal fire.
But
Unless I didn't use my gun. I could have used my guns, but
neither
my gun,
here
but I
nor
didn't.
there. Maybe something we'll
Anyway.
be able to do next.
Moving on. After healing,
Mhm.
actually just gonna thumb all this
And
gold.
you know, that takes about 10 minutes or so.
Should we get a snack before we head out on patrol?
Yeah, let's hopefully actually get to the fair and go find something to eat and do a patrol through the fair.
We should go get a fried pickle.
Let's goblin food.
It's food.
Hey man, goblin chefs can be great sometimes.
I mean, just because it's goblin cuisine doesn't mean you can't eat it. It's just a pickle that's been fried.
So are you looking for a
Not
goblin
wrong.
place?
I mean, any kind of food.
I'd rather eat at a more regular place.
Sure. Are we sort of sampling the sites? And you know, I'll be honest, I'm not super familiar with the different cultures in Pathfinder and whatnot. But I mean, are we looking for exotic things? Are we looking for Thai food and the deep jungle Thai food kind of things? Or are we looking for something close to home, good filling? It'll.
Just meat.
I would think I'd think maybe try and look for a grouping of food stalls. Just everyone can all make their decision, and then we don't have to go into.
Yeah, and there's plenty of that. Probably one of the best places to be on there, and you may not know about it, but I'm going to tell you about it, is point of interest number 1 on the map that we are currently on.
Okay.
Which is the Aspis Pier. Yes. So the pier is... Man, it's got to be said. The pier is fairly impressive. It extends, each square is about 250 feet. So, man, it's quite a long pier going into the harbor. The harbor, something for another time. It's not great, but we'll get to that a little bit further. But it's not just a pier, as in a single thing sort of. It's a pier on top of a pier, as sort of this double-decker pier system. And all along throughout it, there's all kinds of shops, sort of separated by countries' nationalities, like Epcot Center at Disney World, Wild West World, or Chinese, or what have you. And between the top and the bottom, you have, kind of gotta be said, some of the nicer things out on top, and some of the more affordable things certainly on the bottom. But either way, the entire pier, length to length, up and down, is both a very architecturally impressive place, and certainly a visually stunning place. You could buy any kinds of trinkets and pretty much any kind of food that you would like here at the pier.
Is there a dirt vendor?
A dirt vendor?
Yeah. I mean, Leshy I can't be the only Leshy, so there's gotta be a Leshy out there selling pot plants of dirt.
You would certainly find places selling plants and whatnot. So, you can do something, but not exactly.
I mean, you could always you could always just not step on the pier and you'll be on dirt.
Yeah, but then, I'm not participating with you guys in trying the different Oriental dirts.
Can you even eat?
Yes and no. I have to essentially eat each day by being in the sun and have my feet in dirt and stuff while I'm eating, essentially. But
you're looking for top quality dirt.
yeah, if I can't do that, I can obviously have like a pot of dirt or something like that, or I can eat a special leshy food juice, which is really freaking expensive. But it's for like, if it was the equivalent of an Underdark campaign and you're a normal fruit leshy that needs sun and light and you need dirt itself and everything, and then you're in a mountain or rocks or something like that, there's nowhere for you to actually plant or anything. So that gives you your photosynthesis energies and stuff like that as well.
Well, it's like photosynthesis in a juice. Okay.
But that thing
sun
is
in a juice,
really
for example.
expensive. It cost me basically most of my starting gold to get 3 of them.
Oh.
It does last you
Yeah.
a week each, I believe.
Yeah. Each
not
one
like-
lasts me a week, and it's like absolute emergency things because dirt is not hard to find
Yeah.
for the most part.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Anyway, that being said, I'm just gonna look for some like simple fish skewers or fish and chips or something.
And you managed
Simple.
to find it. Everyone can pretty much eat for the price of a gold, like a single gold. If we're going like towards the cheaper stuff, I imagine you.
Okay. I'm
We're
gonna use the
working,
one gold
this
I
is our
do
thing.
have for this.
And past that, back on patrol.
Back on patrol.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay a gold, and I'm going to get me some special dirt.
Get yourself special.
Yeah. Some extra spicy dirt.
Fancy dirt. Really good nutrients. Burns up your roots.
Well, what's even funnier is like I would just add it to the bottom of my pot, which is my backpack.
So where
Yeah.
are we heading to next? We've
Some more
gotten some
patrolling.
food in our stomachs. Are we going any place in particular? Are we sort of wandering around? What's the plan?
Okay, we're currently at the piers or around there,
We're
right?
currently at the pier.
I mean,
Here,
we can-
I'll pull somebody on.
Do we want to overachieve, or I mean, we've done 2 call-outs today already. If the dog finds us,
I mean, how bright is it
see
still?
a cut
I mean,
purse run in
think
front of us.
I'm fine just patrolling some more.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
mind
I think
it.
it's a bit early to go in.
I say just patrol the fair for the day. Like, take it easy if we see, a cut purse or something like that, a thief running from a stall or something like that, give chase. But like, we've done 2 things in one day already. I want to see other guards.
If we
do
find
this
any
much.
kids, we can tase their mind.
I mean,
Exactly.
other guys are probably just as busy as us too, but
How about them whole nations?
Well, if something happens in front of us, we're not going to ignore it, and if the dog comes and finds us, we're not going to ignore it. But I don't see the point in,
yeah, just doing a simple
looking
patrol.
for it.
We're here at the piers. We can enjoy the
Basically,
piers and
what we've been
patrol at the
doing all
piers.
day, though. We
Well, no,
haven't been
'cause-
looking for it. We've just been walking around.
Yeah, but the dog came and found us for having to
Yeah.
take a child.
And someone else came and found us to go get the goblins. Like we get
We're just
walking
do something,
around.
we'll do it.
That's all our job is. We're walking around.
Yeah, which is fine. It's just patrolling. Like, say if there's any trouble, we stop it.
Right.
I mean, surely it would
Or we're
take
not gonna-
most of the day to do a full patrol of the entire dock end to end. Or pier.
Ah,
Like, if we were to patrol the entire pier end to end, that would take most of the day if we were taking our time, wouldn't it? If each of these is 250 meters ish. Or 250
feet, not meters.
Ah, feet, yeah.
Yeah, it's 1,600 feet.
A third of that, what you were thinking.
Oh, yeah, so it's not that big then.
Right.
Yeah.
I say we just be a presence on the dock today. If anything happens here, we'll deal to it.
We can move around more than just the dock. There is a fairground. We can look at the attractions if we want to.
Well,
Then we can.
how populated in terms of guards are there? Like, are we the only guards we've seen all day? Or
You're certainly not the only guards you've seen all day, but you do know for a fact that, they're hurting for guards for this.
yeah,
Mostly due to the sheer amount of people.
Yeah, guards are gonna be BC during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So we had our foot. I think we just patrol a little bit around the area.
Okay, not going anywhere particular, just here.
Day hasn't ended. I don't think we should leave. Yeah.
Well, there's not a ton going on. You see sort of an incident where it looks like somebody has fallen over into the water, but just so happens there happens to be some guardsmen already there on the dock that are taking care of it. And while the dock is, built with more functionality in mind, stationed every probably about 30 feet or so, there are sort of life buoys hanging off the sides. So you do see that this other group manages to handle whatever's going on with a person falling into the water without too much trouble. Maybe you'd sort of come up on them and give them a nod, or sort of stare at them or watch them blatantly. I'm not entirely sure. Would you, or would you like, oh, okay, well they've certainly got that covered.
they've got that covered. Like,
I've got it covered. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, moving on, sort of at our mosey, because I imagine we're moseying along at this. We have done a couple of things as mentioned before already, but at the same time, our day's not over.
Yeah.
Should we go 6, 12, 14?
About 6, 9, 14.
6, 9, 14. Yeah, that seems like a decent match.
Yeah.
So as we get to the Hall of Nations, which is what number 6 is, let me read you the little blurb on the Hall of Nations. Give me one moment. So near the center of the Precipice Quarter, there's a small bluff overlooking the living lake. It's a monumental building, one of the largest ever to be constructed by human hand. I'm not telling you who does it, but it's the Hall of Nations, and it's here inside it, and it's sort of like there are buildings, but it's also sort of an open air type affair where there's like a pavilion roofing over some of these little sort of buildings that you see. But it's where like the most important inventions and developments from every sort of civilized nation of the continent. And, each nation has its own barkers and speakers and exhibitors calling people over to take a look at their thing and show off their advancements in alchemy and technology, art, magic, and everything. They're sort of like in the Grand Hall. Representatives from rival nations might be neighbors, setting aside their bloody feuds to instead compete in realms of ingenuity and entertainment. It's sort of this area right here in this sort of building where the smaller things are. It should be noted that the grave raker, which we have sort of seen before, is kind of parked out to the side of this because it's can't go in right. But yeah, it's like the UN if the UN were a museum.
Would there be anything to interest us here?
Well, I'm so glad you're asking. Because there's a crowd of fair growers in front of you, and their stand watching in awe is just beyond a line of guard ropes. There's a stone castle, complete with battlements and domed towers, excuse me, and it's marching along a wide sort of elliptical stone track. Dozens of mechanical legs support its bulk, and nobles in fine dresses and coats wave from atop. It's called the Walking Castle. You would sort of hear from other party goes around. Suddenly, a commotion erupts from the crowd. A woman races out holding a dagger in a belt pouch. Behind her, a red-faced man points and yells, "Thief! Stop her!"
And I guess we give chase.
I suppose.
So, we are going to be doing something a little special. This is the mugging, the Walking Castle. One thing that Pathfinder has sort of done is Pathfinder has introduced a set of rules specifically for chases. You can go ahead and drag your tokens on.
Which side?
Doesn't matter. As long as we're on the same side. This is more sort of representative of this sort of abstract thing we're going to be doing. Because we're in the middle of a chase right now. We, which is the four of us right now, is gone for the night. We're chasing after this ostensibly thief. And a series of things are going to spring up to attempt to stop us. What you do is you tell me how you're going to navigate these obstacles. Typically, sort of, you're justifying to me what roles you want to do and how you're going to do it. For example, I will tell you, as we are running along, and we at this point, the first thing that we see, there's a huge crowd in between us and the thief running away. So, how would we navigate the crowd? And I have a certain number of things like that I know that if we're sort of stumped for reasons how we're going to do things, we can do. But before that, I'd like for you to come up with things on your own. We need a certain amount of successes on our die rolls to consider ourselves successfully navigated through the.
Okay.
And blue acrobatics through the crowd.
Do we need? Is there going to be like initiative or not or something?
Yes, this will be sort of an initiative thing. So, but
Perception, I assume.
going into it, are there any sort of questions?
Well, I'm riding Floof, so should I just use his stat block?
That sort of depends.
Like, if we get separated, obviously I'll roll in separately, but, you know, he moves faster than me. I have the trait that lets me ride him and shit, so this is what he's made for.
Okay, then yes. Alright, so go ahead and roll initiative. Doesn't matter what. We can, hit perception as
Oh, I didn't have so good.
Oof.
The karma.
Alright, so Floof / dances. You're up. Again, large crowd in front of you, knows what they're gathering for. They're grabbing for whatever. But, for whatever reason, they've sort of congregated towards the middle, right in front of where you want to be going.
Acrobatics to, like, weave through between each person?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. You have successfully navigated the crowd. Over to you, Mir.
as a short person, I would think I would try and dodge underneath leaks and just in tiny little gaps that I could find.
So again, sort of more of an acrobatics or an athletics?
And acrobatics, I would think.
All right, go ahead and give it to me.
I would hope.
All right, you have successfully navigated the crowd. Savia, you're up. You've seen, Floof sort of weave in between.
Yeah.
You've seen, Ymir sort of go in between the legs. And so, you're reasonably confident that this is definitely a way you can make it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm
Not
just
the
gonna go
only
ahead
way.
and run through, and I'm just gonna go ahead and be yelling. Just gonna be running forward and just yelling at everyone, "Move out of the way! I'm coming through!"
Okay,
Intimidation?
So you want to
And
make that an acrobatics, or do
forcing
you
my
want to
way
make
through.
that something else?
I'm just forcing my way through.
Okay. Yeah, you make it through. All right, because 3 people have made it through, we consider that sort of challenge complete. And we move on to the next challenge. You sort of automatically seek with everybody else. And in front of us is a comically, stereotypical fruit cart. You're going through
My
and it's
cabbages!
parked right on the way
No.
between you.
Are you sure it's not just full of
Question: how
cabbages?
high off the ground is that? The wheel, as you would say. How wide?
What do you mean, how wide? Like, how far off the ground? Like, height-wise?
Yeah, height-wise, like on the wheels. What do you say? That's a foot, 2 feet up.
Sorry, the wheels at 2 feet? No, it's probably a good 3 or 4 feet up. It's like human size. It's not like a halfling size.
Oh no, I mean like the hole by the wheels, because that's where it's connected, right?
Like the
Yeah, like,
spokes?
Under it.
how much
I
above
see.
the ground is it? Like,
Like the
how high above the
underside.
ground?
1.5, 2 feet, maybe?
Would it be possible to slide under it with acrobatics?
Yeah, you can make it shotted sliding underneath it. Oh no! You managed to catch your head right on it, and you.
Could I use the hero
yourself.
points?
Absolutely.
Oh god.
Oh no! You managed to dunk yourself right on the head. You go to slide under, and you don't quite get low enough. Maybe it was moving, wobbling, or something, and a
How much
watermelon
damage?
falls right on your head. You don't take damage. You just don't succeed. Floof, it's your turn. Floof and dance.
How? I guess I should. just
There's a
try-
merchant there, and he's sort of like very puzzledly scratching the head and staring at, Ziegfeldo, the thundering Jerboa.
I don't know how much leeway you want to give me with the fact that, it doesn't exactly have limbs and everything, but I'm imagining its hair is basically like it controls its hair, and it's basically an alive kush ball. So it can be acrobatics or athletics, but for just like mantling over it, basically.
Yeah,
just
it doesn't matter. I
traveling
mean, for
over it.
all intents and purposes, it can manipulate things just like the things. And you manage to make it over. You sort of clamber on top of it and over it. Bananas flying everywhere. Ymir.
I mean, he went to go over. He went to go under. There's sort of a
under.
gap. There's sort of a gap right in the middle there. Could I jump through it?
Like attempting to smash through it?
As there a back wall on the because I was looking at the picture, I was just thinking there was like a gap that I might be able to
I
fit
see.
through.
Yeah, you could try to make it through that.
Sure.
Yeah, that was probably more. Well, I was gonna say.
That one's more athletic.
Yeah,
I can roll athletics.
Okay, go ahead and roll me.
I could roll in athletics.
You sort of try to do the
0
same thing,
points.
and I'll even give you a plus to that one. for the
0
athletics.
point.
But, unfortunately, you managed to sort of, slide your bodies, and, man, you didn't really notice, there's, this claw thing at the end, and you smash yourself right into a thing of, strawberries. You're covered in strawberries.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I'll be sticky the rest of the day.
Ooh, Savia, it's over to you.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do best and just run through it. Like, not break it, but just, push it away. As I just get past it and kind
So
of,
it's definitely big enough to not be pushable.
Okay.
I mean, you can try to smash through it now.
No, I'm not gonna smash then. If it cannot be pushed, then I'm just gonna...
High jump it. Athletics high jump.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm just gonna high jump it. I could use my wings to, get some air. Extra air time. So just do something like that. Is it athletics or acrobatics? Athletics, right?
Athletics, yes.
No.
Oh no, you try to jump over, and unfortunately, Ymir took that exact second to sort of stand up and sort of brush off these strawberries on him. And your foot manages to catch him in the head, and you just go tumbling into the top of the thing. And now this, fruit merchant's like, "What are you doing? You guys are destroying all of my fruit!" Over to
You're
Zeke.
obstructing the law.
God. So, under, but not fully under. Can I just crawl the rest of the way? Crawl with
So
shame.
either way, even if we're saying you're just crawling or you're just moving, you have to have a skill check of some sort.
Gotcha. I'll probably do athletics.
Okay.
I think that's a physical activity.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're just crawling, arm over arm underneath it. Right now, it reminds you of being back in the trenches or whatever, and you manage to successfully go under the thing.
Also, can I throw down my purse? Throw my purse, or throw it backwards? Or pouch?
You certainly could. Is that a thing you wish to do?
Indeed.
All right. You throw your purse backwards, and it explodes into a thing of gold coin.
Well, silver and copper.
Silver and copper. And all of a sudden, people are just scrambling.
Oh, no.
Getting over this next thing way harder for the two people who haven't. However, Floof, in front of you...
I'm sorry.
What did you just do? What did you throw with that?
A high wooden fence. He threw his coin purse back behind him, and it just exploded into all of his money.
Yeah.
Because we gotta pay for the fruit.
We don't have to pay for the fruit.
Please, we don't have to pay for it right now.
Floof, you're sort of going you're sort of weaving in and out. You see this person ahead of you, and she vaults over this gated fence right in front of you.
I shall vault the same. Hopefully.
You vault the exact same way over the fence. She's not losing you anytime soon. Over to Ymir. Ymir! Things are going rough right now. There are all kinds of people, and they're grabbing things. They're going through all these strawberries and what, because maybe some coins landed in the strawberries, and they're just gotta be said, they're getting a little handsy.
I landed in the strawberries.
They're getting a little handsy.
So, do I still have to get over the fruit cart? Do I still need to clamber my way out?
You sure do. One other person has to make it through.
Yeah, I'll somewhat clamber my way out of the fruit cart and try and find my footing and somewhat try to deal to the group of people ahead of me now. Would this still be athletics, or can I take
Sort
the
of, it
roll
depends
under
on
that?
your. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to appeal to the crowd? Or are you yelling at the crowd, telling them to get out of the way? Or are you just focusing on clambering over
Not
this
like
thing?
I'm still trying to get out of the fruit cart.
Okay, well, you pitch it to me using whatever skill you want.
Ooh, is it the way I'm thinking about it is I've landed like sort of halfway on top of the fruit cart. I'm basically just climbing down
Mm-hmm.
at this point in time. I don't know what skill that would be. So.
Probably athletics. Let's be fair. At this point, athletics. Whoa, you're so slick with strawberries. It's so difficult for you to get a grip on things. People are just they're out there grabbing handfuls of strawberries, hoping to find coins. They may be grabbing a couple of handfuls too. It's not super pleasant right now. But unfortunately, you do not make it through. Savvy, it's your turn.
Someone
The
needs to
card will
save
move these
me from
people.
the
I'll just say,
strawberries.
Chaos.
I'm just gonna say, move out of the way and leave the coins, or I'm gonna arrest you.
Alright, give me an intimidation check. They go, oh no! They've heard some stories about what happened to a little kid not long ago, and they are, like, very eager not to mess with the law at this point. So you managed to pass. 3 people have passes, so Ymir sort of follows behind everyone else. Zeke Feldo,
Dripping
the
in
Thundering
strawberry juice.
Jerboa. There's a wooden fence ahead of you. You have seen Floof and Dusk just leap over it, basically. There's a gate to it as well.
A wooden gate, right?
A wooden gate. It's a high wooden fence.
But I possibly just go through the door?
You can sure attempt to, or you like whipping out a battle axe or something, your thing, and try to smash
your
through
hammer.
it.
Hand at the door.
Take the extra
I've-
second, just unlatch it and swing it open, and then everyone can go through it.
Fine, I'll climb over.
Alright. Oh no! You're still slippery from bananas or something you got over.
Watermelon.
Watermelons. It's so watery and gross. You can't seem to get a grip on this wooden fence at all. Loop. And Dusk. You see this person right ahead of you. They're going through some sort of commotion or something for whatever reason. There happen to be a lot of barrels right ahead of you. And on these barrels, there's a bunch of people sort of like taking time and picking on them out. They're shouting, they're arguing, they're having a sort of terrible time with these barrels.
Bunch of barrels.
This is only skill checks, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm pretty sure I just need to check my feet quickly. No, that doesn't help that. Okay, no, I will try and dodge around the group of barrels.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa, no! Floof sort of jumps on a barrel, and it turns out this barrel was hollow. Between the weight of you and your sort of unholy abomination, you crash through and fall into a barrel. Ymir.
0 point.
There is a wooden fence ahead of you.
Can I try the gate? Can
You
I
can try the
and
gate, it's
open the
locked.
gate?
You'll have to use a thievery
It's-
check to unlock it.
A thievery check to unlock it. Attempt to unlock the gate.
Oh, unfortunately, the gate foils your plan to unlock it. You cannot get through. Savia.
So much trouble. Of course. I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it open.
Okay, give me for this one. You can go ahead and give me an attack with whatever.
Some arms, I suppose.
Oh no! You try to punch the gate, but apparently it's made out of wood. Wood beats flesh.
Oh no, my arch nemesis, wood.
You bruise and bloody your knuckles,
I
and
mean,
now they're
and
sort
also-
of covered with watermelon juice.
Okay.
Zeke
Oh,
Fellow, the thundering Jerboa.
I think she's
Okay.
getting away.
she might be getting away. Okay, can I just use my hammer, like my meteor hammer?
You can.
If we're already committed to this, it's happening.
Oh
No.
Oh, it doesn't. I lost my hammer, I
You
believe.
have a terrible grip. It's all watermelony. It goes flying through your hands? Is that a thing that happens?
Well, sure.
So, you
Sure,
know,
you could.
you heave it behind you, and it goes flying behind you. A couple people are pointing and laughing at
I don't blame him.
it. In dusk. You're in a barrel. Oh my gosh, you pop out of the barrel so quickly with your abomination reflexes. You manage to pick and bob and weave your way through, and you can see on the other side the issues that the barrels have caused. It looks like right in front of you there's this beery mud puddle, as so many of the bottoms of barrels of beer have bursted everywhere, and people are having to slog through the streets. You see the woman doing the same thing, admittedly struggling a lot right now with this beery puddle. Yummier.
Yeah.
Wooden fence.
Wooden fence. I think I'm gonna have the best luck trying to unlock it again.
Alright, it's a DC. You manage to pick the lock, and you do so critically. Everyone passes through, as is really fitting for, you know, picking a lock. Because, you know, everybody can head through it that
Yeah.
Zeke Feldo, the thundering Jerboa.
Wait, what happened to...
I think I'm just gonna rush through.
Did you skip
I
me,
did
though?
skip you again.
Yeah, you did!
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Savia, excuse me.
I'm just gonna bolt over the barrels.
Yes. Whoa, you managed to definitely jump from barrel top to barrel top. Definitely, it has to be said. Cannot believe that wasn't it's a 19. It's close enough.
Yeah.
Zeke Feldo, the thundering Jerboa.
I just
barrel.
run through them.
Okay. Oh
No.
no, these barrels are everywhere. They're so, you know, filled with
Barrely.
beer and sticky.
Barely.
People are angry. They think you're gonna steal these barrels. Don't steal my barrels, someone says to you.
Oh no, the barrels, they are also made out of wood.
Flute,
Yeah.
My worst nemesis.
you're attempting to get through the beery mud.
Is she still like in the mud pit as
Yeah,
well?
she's still pretty much struggling. She's towards the head, but like this is where you would catch her.
Would I be able to? It'll basically, I imagine, take me out because I myself am not as well equipped for physical things as Floof. But would I be able to use an acrobatics to launch off of Floof and tackle her?
I'll allow it in the spirit of this chase.
Okay. Then I will.
But if you missed, you're going head first into the beery mud.
Oh, you said yes?
I said, yeah, I'll certainly
Oh,
allow
sorry,
you to do
you
it.
cut
in the
out.
spirit.
Yeah.
Got you. But if you miss, you're going head first. But you don't miss! Floof flexes his weird hair muscles and sends you flying forward several feet. And you know, land basically on her shoulders as she's attempting to tread beery mud.
Just shout out behind me. Do I taser, guys? But Ymir, I guess it would be his turn next. Or do I need to interact with her?
No,
now?
it would go over to Ymir now.
Yeah. See if Sevier can come join me in the arrest.
Dodge, duck, dive, and dodge all the barrels going around.
Attempt to dodge them barrels. You managed to dodge the barrels, and as you manage to dodge the barrels, Zeke follows through, close on her heels. Now that he can see, the barrel matrix like you can.
Barrel Matrix.
Savia, you're inside this gross beery mud. It smells like beer on a hot day that's been left out for several hours. It's absolutely awful.
Could I have just... Did I land immediately in this? Or could I have just tried to jump over it?
It is too big for you to attempt to jump over.
Okay. We're just gonna go swim, I guess, trudge along.
Okay, athletics. You swim through the beery brine. It's no issue for you. You were born to swim through. Zeke Feldo, the Thundering Jerboa.
Question. She's still in the beer puddle, right?
She's still in the beer. She's pretty much right at the edge.
Could I use intimidation to tell her to give up?
A little bit more to worry about. You can sure try to.
Sure. Say she's surrounded. I hope.
I mean,
For the
she
one-
has me, like, literally on her shoulders.
Oh my gosh, the jig is up. She knows exactly what's going on for her. She's tried to run as fast as she can through as many obstacles as she can. And you've been on her heels every single step of the way. She knows when she's been beat fair and square. She attempts to put her hands up in the air and sinks down into the gross. And then stops doing that and starts floundering.
I mean, I can't really yank her out, because if it's that deep, I'm probably going to be struggling to swim in it as well, so...
But that said, we are all, we have caught her at this point.
Yes, but I'm going to clamber back onto Floof.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab her arms, and just pull her up.
She's like, you got me, I give up cover. Just get me out of this group.
Now, give us the purse.
Dear bud. So...
She lost him in the mud.
She sort of pats all around and give me a perception check. Everyone!
Everyone
Can perceive.
perceive.
Maybe not.
So Ymir and Zeke Feldo, the Thundering Jerboa, but no one else, sees that she has a sort of attached to her belt several purses. She sort of grabs one and hands it back to you. There!
No.
This is the one you got.
Hold up there. You have more.
No, there's 5
Couldn't
gold in
see
there.
you.
It's all there, I promise.
You've gone in quite a streak, haven't you?
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about.
We can see your belt.
You might be a kiss.
You're quite an effective. You're quite an effective thief there, aren't you?
Maybe.
I think it stands to reason
Allegedly.
I think it stands to reason
Allegedly.
that one person would feasibly have one purse, so surely the rest of them aren't yours.
I'd reckon none of them are.
Which one is yours?
They're all mine. I like to keep my money sort of in different places. Thieves are about, you know.
Well,
You don't say.
keeping them in different
Yeah, you don't
places,
say.
and why are they all next to each other? It's the same place.
You know, it doesn't matter because you're still under arrest and that money doesn't belong to you anymore.
I mean, here's the thing. By asking you which coin purse is your one, we're giving you the option to keep one of them. If you say they're all yours, we're gonna take all of them. So,
Well, we already took them.
which one is your coin purse?
She licks her lips and then grabs the biggest one. This one's mine.
I'd hand the rest over and you're free to go.
We're letting the thief decide?
And
I don't think so.
she does so.
Okay.
She goes, "Oh, that's a fair cop. Here you go."
We have absolutely no evidence that any of the rest of them are stolen. We've only had allegedly one, and even the one she gave us probably wasn't the right one. At least now we have a higher chance of being like, which one's yours? Even if it's the bigger one, we can be like, well, here's two, the rest is confiscated.
She's still a thief. She's still a thief. We just can't let her go like that.
Do we still have manacles? Oh yes, we have one set. I mean,
Yeah.
can we be bothered with the paperwork and waiting around for more
Yes.
guards and everything?
Yeah.
If you guys want to send her off, we can.
So again, sort of from
Yeah.
an out of character perspective, you don't necessarily have to bring everybody in. The fining
Yeah.
is sort of their punishment.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
We are stealing like
And-
4 or 5
and I
coin
feel
purses
like-
and just leaving you with one.
I feel like we need some leeway given when people turn around and be like, you guys beat a child's face in." And we can be like, yeah, but we're also really nice and
We let
don't
the
beat
thief
people's
go.
faces.
We let the thief go with all the money.
We beat the child. We beat the child up, sure, yeah, but we also let the thief go.
There's plenty of thieves. In the future, thieves will be a bit more lenient, maybe.
I
If
don't
we're nice to her, she might she might change her mind on the whole thievery thing. Realize you can make more money in the guard by
People will
So,
understand.
legally stealing things. Gives her the side eye. It's like,
People will start
it's a whole lot
understanding, though.
easier to steal things as a guard.
Yeah. The guards guards help people that take all their money.
Oh,
Not only that, but I feel like people will start understanding you don't give us an issue, we won't give you a hernia.
I do make sure to say it's easier to steal stuff as a guard in front of her, like holding the money that we just took off her.
You're still under arrest, but whatever.
It's like, if you learned your lesson, maybe join the guard. You could use people like you.
so are
Jesus
we letting her
Christ.
go? Or are we taking her in?
I'm for taking her in.
I vote for letting her go, personally.
All right,
I'm 100% saying she gets put in the cell.
2-1. Come here. Yet again.
I mean, if we're gonna
Yeah.
let her go, we're
Oh,
always confiscating
arrest her.
all her pouches.
All right, so aside from the one pouch that she has said belongs to, this gentleman, she has pouches containing about 22 gold. Say about, but I mean. So, what is it that you do next?
We should probably go back and find the guy after getting her arrested.
Probably
and give him his
visit
purse back.
the fruit cart, subsidize that a bit.
You
Sure.
paid for that.
I don't think
let's go
5
eat some of
silver
the
is gonna
fruit.
cover it.
We own that. We own that fruit cart now. Let's go
So-
eat some fruit.
You want to go? You want to go arrest the fruit cart owner for obstructing justice? Okay,
No,
let's go.
no.
You saw how Dusk treats obstructing justice, and Resisting
That fruit hurt my neck.
You want to
like,
res the barrels.
It's really, he's really like, obstructing justice.
That's assault on an officer right there.
Yeah, that fruit cat really messed me up. Look at all the strawberry I'm covered in.
I
He's got
don't
to
think
at least play my
I don't
cleaning
think we need
bills.
to go back to the chase obstacles though.
Okay, fair.
I don't think we needed
We can
to
if we
throw
want.
money at the chase
I would like to
obstacles
retrieve my
either,
hammer
but-
at the very least.
I presume you picked.
Yeah.
we can on the way back.
But we should go
Hopefully.
see the person who had their purse stolen, give it back to them,
All right,
and then
we sort of, backtrack through. We aren't necessarily talking to people, I presume, again. And we see him sort of, slowly attempting to make his way past the same obstacles, following you and your trails rather unsuccessfully. And he's sort of, at this point red and sweating and having a lot of trouble navigating the barrels. He has made it past everything. The barrels are giving him a little bit of trouble. But he sees you and her. It's like, oh, you got her? You got my coin purse?
I sure did.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. God, I just gotta catch my breath. Oh. 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 Okay. Can I have it?
Who has the pouch?
I really want to be like, well, we had to levy some fines on
Please just give him the pouch.
but I would pass him back the pouch that she said was his.
And he would take it and he would go through it and we would go, oh, good. This is it. This is all 5 gold. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Who are you? Where you work for? Where are you stationed?
We're the guards. We're stationed at.
Did we make our name up yet?
You haven't. I mean, your overall sort of name is you're the agents of Edgewatch. Of the Edgewatch, rather.
I work at the.
But weren't we told to make up a squad name?
You were.
Did we choose a squad name?
Well, should we call ourselves the Barrel Rollers in honor of today's event?
I think there's a lot other names from today that we could avoid taking, so maybe we pick another day to name ourselves. My name's Dances at Dusk, though, and this is Floof.
They're asking for our squad name. It would be rude to leave them without it.
Thank you, Dances with the Dusks. I sort of saw you for a little bit. You were amazing.
It was more Floof. I just caught her.
Oh, well, I didn't quite see that far ahead, but still, thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Sort of goes on.
We're the child clubbers. I don't know.
I like the entirety of the name. Child Clubbers Medium Ashes.
I'd go for alliteration.
Child clubbing medial meshes.
And call the session here, however.
Sounds good.
It was a good one.
It was fun, yeah.
It was. Besides
We
the
got
child matter, it was
fair amount of
perfectly
things
fine.
We didn't
wasn't
kill
murdered.
the child. We were never going to kill the child. I can stabilize. We can do what we want.
We may have accidentally killed the child.
We can do what we
If we
want.
didn't-
What we
if we
want.
weren't
Doesn't mean
lucky.
we should.
All I'm saying is 8 damage from non-lethal damage and lethal damage aren't different.
All I'm saying is I am the law.
I just think with the wrong roll happening at that exact moment, like we could have accidentally killed the child.
Oh yeah, Crit on that lethal damage.
If that was crit, that would have been game in for the
He went
kid.
down to 5, so it was entirely possible.
He had heaps of health.
He had 20. Yeah.
That's as much
Wait, he
health
has
as
more
me.
than we do?
That's as much as I have.
Man, this child is packed.
He was a wizard's
And-
apprentice. I mean, you know,
I'm
he's
tanky
studying to be
as.
a wizard.
Yeah, but we're level 1. I'm tanky as at level 1 with 21 HP, and he has.
Who's to
he
say
has
as
as
an
much as
apprentice
me.
wizard he's not already a level 2?
Exactly. See,
Have a,
he
you
was
know, a
fine.
plus
Which
He
eight
means
chance.
which means he
he
really
was-
did go soft on us by only
was
using magic
still-
missile.
He was still at quarter HP. He was fine.
But either
no,
way, I thought
that
it was
was
a
fun.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It was
That was
great.
pretty
Some
fun.
strange takes
Chaotic.
all around. Such is.
You
so
know,
if you've been
I was.
I mean, I honestly don't care about the whole beating of the child thing. Everything I said was all in C about that.
I thought it was a child at first. The second I heard it was like a teenager, I was like, oh well, fuck around, find out. Let's go, kid.
Oh, you did find out.
Sometimes it just do be like that, though.
He found out pretty
Sometimes
damn quickly.
Sometimes you just gotta tase a teenager.
But
Exactly.
we are going to call it here. If you've been watching, thanks for watching.
Oh, that's right, we're still online.
Hope you all have a great day, and peace out.